Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakapataru Vyascha Kipa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So you are welcome. So let's quickly start without wasting so much time from where we stopped yesterday. Shloka recitation. Who is going to go first? Who is going first? Be fast.
I will go first.
Yeah, please go ahead, Raj.
Janma karma chame divyam evam yogati tasvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mameti sojuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving his body, take his birth again in this material world, but but attains my eternal abode. O Arjun.
411. Have you done the 411?
4:11. ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां सतैव भजाम्यहम् मां वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते Manusya Pratha Sarvashaha. As all surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Good. Yeah, by the end of this week, you have it. Someone else, and somebody want to go immediately? Let's go fast, please.
I'll go, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 9. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature and activities of my... Sorry, I'll just come again. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving this body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
Thank you.
Okay, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4 and text 11. Ye yatha mam prapatyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham mam vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasa. Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Thank you. You're more fluent now. Good. Okay, next.
I'll go first. Third.
Good.
Okay. Chapter 4, verse 9. Janma karma cha me devyam evam yo veti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mamiti so Arjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Chapter 4, verse 11.
Very good.
Ye yata mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. Translation. As all surrender unto me, sorry, I got distracted with Prabhu saying very good. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. As all surrender unto me, I completely forgot.
I'm sorry, I will not say very good again. I will just keep my mouth shut.
Sorry, Prabhu. As all surrender as all surrender unto me,
I reward.
I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Pita.
Thank you. Sorry
It's
for
okay, Prabhu.
distracting you.
My turn.
Okay.
Yan. Turn ko na.
Guys, Nikki, go ahead.
Yan. Hare Krishna, chapter 4, text 9.
Yeah.
Janma karma chamitavyam evam yoviditatvataha. What's the next one here? Wait, I'm gonna look up. Okay, again. Janma karma chamitavyam. Wait, I think I'm nervous. Okay. Janma karma chamitavyam evam yoviditatvataha. Chatvadeham punarjanma. Itamamite Sarjana translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode origin. Okay.
Very
That's
good.
11. Okay. Text 11. Yayatamam prabhajante. Wait, I have to look up Prabhu. 1 second. Okay. Text 11.
That's all right.
Because I'm nervous. Okay. Yayatamam
It's okay.
prabhajante. Tamshatay bhajamyaham. What's the next one here?
Mama.
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 Mom, I have a class. Wait a second. I have a class. I'll do it again. Okay. Text 11. Yayatamam prabhajante. Tamshatay bhajamyaham. Mama vartma vartante. Manushaha parta. Sarvasaha translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Rita. Text 12.
Thank you. No. It's level okay. Just keep it to 9 and 11. And tomorrow, I want you to say it very fluently without looking the book again.
Kasi
So,
Prabhu, I memorized
focus on it.
the next verses. So I thought it's going to be the next verses for tonight. Like the 14,
No.
13,
So
14,
no.
15.
Just keep it to 9 and 11.
Okay, Prabhu, can I try again straight from the top?
Okay, try. Then try. Then try again.
Okay, I'll try again from the
Go
top,
ahead.
okay? No mistakes. We can
Okay.
do this. We can do
Okay.
this.
Yes,
Okay.
you can do it. Yeah.
Chapter 4, text 9. Okay. Janma karma shamidevyam evam yovite tatvataha chakladeham punarjanma naitamamite soarjuna translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Text 11. Hiyatamam prapajante tamshatay babajamyaham mama vartman vartante manushaha parta sarvasaha. Translation, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Prita. Okay.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much. Really appreciate for trying again and getting it fluently. So tomorrow we're going to recite again. Day after tomorrow we're going to do it again. Okay. Who is going next? Mother Angel, your turn. Are you there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Please go.
Janma karma chami. Wait lang, Prabhu.
Yes, I'm waiting.
Point
No rush.
4.9. Janma karma chami divya mivam yobiti tat bataha. Takwadiham punar janma. Naiti maniti sardana. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11. 4.11. Yeyatamam prapadyante tam satay babadhami aham. Bajami aha mama bart mano bartante manusa parta sarba saha. As all surrender unto me, I reward him accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Rita. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Mother Cynthia, your turn.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, 4.9. Janma karma cha nidevyam, evam yu vititat bataha, vakvak siham punarjanma, na iti mamiti so Arjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, takes his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11. Ye yatamam prapadante evam tataiva vadani aham mama vart mano vartanti mano saha varta sarvataha. Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward him accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects. A son of Teresa. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Well done. Okay. Ryan Prabhu, your turn.
Okay, Prabhu. 4.9. Janma karma cha me devyam evam yovete tat balaha. Chakwa diham punarjanma naite mamite so Arjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my activities. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11. Yeyatamam prapajante. Yeyatamam prapajante.
Hey, Mother Angel, you are giving expo. Stop that.
Alright, Prabhu.
Yeyatamam prapajante tam satay babajami aham mama bartno bartante manusya parta sarvasaha. Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Rita. Hare Krishna.
Haribo, thank you. Chitai Chandra Prabhu, you want to try? Pitamba Prabhu, are you there?
I'm here, Prabhu.
Go ahead. You're lying down. Can you try lying down? Let's hear you.
Yeah, I believe so, Prabhu. Text 4.9. Janma karma cha me divyam eva yo beti tatvatam tyakvam deham punarjanma naiti mam iti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities upon leaving the body does not take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
Very good.
And then
Go ahead.
text 4.11, chapter 4.11, Yeyata mam prapadyante tam statay babajami aham mama vart manu vartante manusya perta sarvasa. As what do you call this? All of them who are surrendered unto me,
Yes.
I will reward them accordingly. I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Perta.
Thank you. You translated it in your own way. It's okay. Thank you. So we are going to do again tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Chaitanya Prabhu, you want to try?
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? My headphones are broken, so I don't know. Can
Yeah,
you
we
hear
can
me?
hear you clearly. We can hear you
Okay,
clearly.
okay. That's nice. Okay. 4.9, right?
Yeah, but we are not seeing your face.
Yeah, I'm in the bus, so it's you can't even see
Okay,
me
okay.
even if I turn on. It's
Okay,
dark.
okay,
It's
go ahead,
nighttime.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So one who knows my transcendental nature, knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not take birth, does not, sorry, on leaving the body, take birth again in this material world, but attains my abode, O Arjuna. Then there
Thank
is
you.
4.11. Ye yata maprapadyante samstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartman vartante manasya partha sarvataha. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. We missed you for some days.
Yeah, I know.
Back.
I'm sorry. Nice to be back.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Rasaraj Prabhu, your turn, fast. Time is going.
I can try Prabhu again. I need to work on my Sanskrit.
It's all right. This is the third day now. By the fifth day, that word I can try. I should not be hearing that again. I can try. Now, by fifth day, we should be saying, let me do it.
Let me do it. Okay. I will do it. I will do it. I have to do it. But let me work on my Sanskrit. Hare
No,
Krishna.
it's okay. Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 text 9 Janma Karma Chame Divyam. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. O Arjuna. 4.11 Ye yatamam prapadyante. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. I know what it means to be a husband, a man, have to work. So don't worry, I understand. It's not easy. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you for trying. But the more we try, the more, because this learning of the shloka is more of Krishna Smaranam, But if we are memorizing them, we remember, it makes us to remember Krishna. And this was, Bhagavad Gita words are from direct Krishna's mouth, so it's not different from Krishna. So the more we memorize them, the more we become purified. So let's quickly go to this tests. So we continue from where we are. So where did we stop yesterday? Someone remember?
We're at text 16, Prabhu.
Yeah. King karma kima karmeti kavayo piatra moitaha tatte karma pavakshyami yagyatva moshayase subhat. So translation. So Krishna continued to describe to Arjuna about action, karma, but karma. Even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and that what is inaction. Now I shall explain to you what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all misfortune. Purport. Somebody want to read? The person should read fast, no need to wait.
Okay, Prabhu. Action in Krishna consciousness has to be executed in accord with the examples of previous bona fide devotees. This is recommended in the 15th verse. Why such action should not be independent will be explained in the text to follow. To act in Krishna consciousness, one has to follow the leadership of authorized person who are in the line of disciplic succession as explained in the beginning of this chapter. The system of Krishna consciousness was first narrated to the Sun God. The Sun God explained it to his son Manu. Manu explained it to his sons Ikshvaku, and the system is current on this earth from the very remote time. Therefore, one has to follow in the footsteps of previous authorities in the line of disciplic succession. Otherwise, even the most intelligent men will be bewildered regarding the standard actions of Krishna consciousness. For this reason, the Lord decided to instruct Arjuna in Krishna consciousness directly. Because of the direct instruction of the Lord to Arjuna, anyone who follows in the footsteps of Arjuna is certainly not bewildered. It is said that one cannot ascertain the ways of religion simply by imperfect experimental knowledge. Actually, the principles of religion can only be laid down by the Lord himself. Dharmam to saksad Bhagavat Pratinam. Bhagavad Gita 6.3, Bhagavatam 6.3.19. No one can manufacture a religious principle by imperfect speculation. One must follow in the footsteps of great authorities like Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Manu, the Kumaras, Kapila, Pralad, Bhishma, Sukadev Goswami, Yamaraj, Janaka, and Bali Maharaj. By mental speculation, one cannot ascertain what is religion or self-realization. Therefore, out of causeless mercy to his devotees, the Lord explains directly to Arjuna what action is and what inaction is. Only action performed in Krishna consciousness can deliver a person from the entanglement of material existence. Hare Krishna.
You are on mute, Prabhuji.
Oh, thank you. What do you understand by this word karma and akarma? Karma means action prescribed in the scripture. When you are working according to the regulative principle of the scripture, it's called karma. When you're working based on the scripture, it's called karma. Akarma means inaction.
Oh. Bye-bye, Kuya Kavi.
He'll be back. He will be back.
Miss ka namin. miss ka namin. Ingat ka pa.
I'm assuming it's because of the rain. Internet connection. It's fluctuating. Maybe.
Yeah.
Signal.
Ginawa to palagi. Every time, no?
Prabhu?
Signal.
No, not
Kuya
not
Kavi.
really. Not really every time. But most of the time when it rains, especially when it rains hard, especially now, we are expecting two super typhoons, not super typhoons, but two heavy Trinabarta rain clouds sent by Lord Indra.
Ano, may ulan o may bagyo? Like, ano,
Right
it's bad?
now, but right now in some places it's raining, like in our place. But it's really, I can say it's really calm right now, but we don't know when it will rain hard. How about in your place, Prabhu Chaitanya? How is it in your
Ano, it's
place?
okay lang.
It's okay
Medyo
lang.
malamig, pero there is sunshine, so, but malamig.
Oh,
Yeah,
but there's no rain.
yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no rain. It's okay.
It seldom rains in Australia, right? In your place, I mean.
Yeah, actually, yeah. In my city, it doesn't rain so much.
Yeah.
Look, tagal ni Prabhu Kabi. No, yung time.
Yeah.
I just
We'll
came
wait.
from a Bhagavad Gita and Kirtan program, and now I'm having another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with you guys.
Which
Bhagavad
program?
Gita. Bhagavad
Bhagavad
Gita class,
Gita?
yeah, I had Bhagavad Gita class. Yeah, with
Hare
some
Krishna.
devotees.
Oh, he's back. Welcome back, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, sorry, network. Okay, so I was saying, so yeah, Krishna is mentioning that even intelligent Abhiveda in determine what action and what inaction is. So because there are so many activities prescribed in the scripture, sometimes we become so attached to them, and in that way we become bound by the reaction of those work. And those who are, that is why Krishna has mentioned that one should act in knowledge, and one should follow the example of the previous acharya in Krishna mentioned in the previous verse. We should follow those in the sages in the past. One of the such great personalities is King Janak. King Janak happens to be a very great king. He was a lighting king. He was considered to be a lighting king. So he has a very wonderful guru. His name is Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra means one who is bent in 8 places. His neck is bent, his body is bent, the leg is bent. So that's why it's called Ashtavakra. And I happen to be the guru of Janak Maharaj. So what happened when Ashtavakra was in the womb, why he was bent is because when he was in the womb of his mother, and the father also happens to be a great sage, learned in the Vedas. So the father will be reciting scripture to him reciting the scripture to the mother. So Ashtavakra in the womb be listening to this scripture. So one day the father made a mistake, and the boy in the womb said, like telling the father that he made mistake. Then the father caused him to be born, to be bent when he come out. That's how he was born bent. His names became Ashtavakra. So he happens to be the great guru of King Janak. So Janak Maharaj somehow or the other became attracted to Ashtavakra because he was able to give him self-realization. So every day King Janak will leave his kingdom to go to the ashram of Janak Maharaj to listen to take Sangha, to listen to Vedas. So the monks, the brahmachari in the ashram, they became envious, thinking that why our guru is taking so much care of this king, and we are so renounced. We are renounced, we are here, but it's very, very partial. It's taking so much of this king. So one day, the guru now created a illusion to test both the king and to tell the student the position of the king. So as they were listening to the lecture one day, suddenly one of the soldiers of the king came to the assembly and he was shouting, King Janak, your kingdom is burning in fire. Your kingdom is on fire. Everything is burning down. And the king stood up and he was so angry. He said, why are you disturbing my lecture? Why are you disturbing my guru? Giving lecture. Get out of here. Let the kingdom burn. And he he sent him away. Then he sat down to listen to the lecture again. That showed the disciple how much advanced the kingdom is. Because even though his kingdom was born, he was not very attached to the kingdom. He was attached to hearing about the Supreme Lord. Then another day, he created another scene. As they were listening to a lecture, then somebody came in the ashram. Oh, the monkey is taking your, the brahmachari, they used to have loin cloths, like wrapper, like bed sheet, no? Those clothes we tie. People would say we tie bed sheet, So the brahmachari, they used to tie bed sheet. So that is only what they have. They don't have any other thing. And kupen. So somebody came and said, oh, the monkey is taking away your bed sheet, your clothes, your dhoti, and your kupen. And immediately the brahmachari, they had this. They left the class and started running towards the place. And when they got there was no monkey there. There was nothing happening. Then when they came, when they realized what has happened, then they put their head down. So when they came back to their guru, so the guru told them, you see, even though you don't have kingdom, you don't have wife, you don't have children, you don't have anything, you have renounced the world, you are still very attached to your kupen and your dhoti. You see? So you are very attached. And this king, even though he has all the whole world under his control, he was very, very detached and attached to the Supreme Lord, attached to the hearing about the Supreme Lord. You can see now. So this can tell you about action in inaction. Unless one is in knowledge, one cannot properly actually act on the proper level of self-realization. You see, the king, after the king became enlightened, he wanted to give up his kingdom, wanted to give up the whole world. His guru told him, now that you have realized yourself, you are in knowledge, this is the best time to carry out your duty, but you should not be attached to them. Okay? So we are learning about Krishna consciousness. Once we become enlightened, we become self-realized. Then that is when we should become very serious in carrying out our worldly duties, but knowing whom it belongs to. We should not be attached to the result, just like King Janak. Okay? That is proper way of explaining action in inaction. So that's why Krishna mentioned here, only those who are intelligent can understand this. If not, you see the explanation properly in the purport. Only when we are on the level of transcendental of Krishna consciousness that we can properly carry out action that doesn't bring reaction in this world. So that is the point in this verse. So let's go to the next one. Any comments or question? Karmoni ye api bodavyam chavi karmana akarmana cha bodavyam gahana karmano gatihi. The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. Somebody want to read the purport? It's very short. Then after that, we read the surrender to me.
If one is serious about liberation from material bondage, one has to understand the distinction between action, inaction, and unauthorized action. One has to apply oneself to such an analysis of action, reaction and perverted action, because it is very difficult subject matter. To understand Krishna consciousness and action according to its modes, one has to learn one's relationship with the Supreme. One who has learned perfectly knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord. That consequently, one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directly toward this conclusion. Any other conclusions against this consciousness, its attendant action are vikarma, or prohibited action. To understand all this, one has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness and learn the secret from them. This is a good as learning from the Lord directly. Otherwise, even the most intelligent person will be bewildered. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. See, we see this point. Prabhupada mentioned here, one has to learn perfectly, knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord, and that consequently one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directed towards this conclusion. Once we understand who we are, who Krishna is, and what is our relationship with Krishna, and you are properly self-realized on this platform, only then you can act properly in this world. Only then you can carry out your prescribed duty in the right consciousness in this world. So we can see properly saying, only when we're on this platform, then the entire Bhagavad Gita is directed towards this. Any other conclusion against this consciousness and its attendant action is vikarma. So unless we understand this, whatever we are doing is vikarma. What is vikarma? Vikarma means horrible work that is not prescribed in the scripture. Working, outside the scripture is called vikarma. Akarma means inaction, means action that does not produce any result. Karma means action with based on the scriptural knowledge. So here Krishna is saying that these intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Okay, therefore one should know properly what action is, what forbidding action is, and what inaction is. Let's discuss now. Let's have class discussion. So, according to your understanding, what is proper action? I want to hear from everyone based on your own understanding. Please unmute yourself. I want to see the first person to be bold to remove on the mic and speak. Don't feel shy.
Prabhu, can you repeat the question again?
Chaitanya Prabhu, want to say something? Go ahead. Then, if you don't understand,
Yeah,
then
I
I will
can speak
repeat.
with. Yeah, because I know what you're asking. So there's 3 types of karmas, activities. Karma means activities. So there is karma, which means acting according to Vedic injunctions, and then there is akarma, which means one is free from the bondage of one's activities, I guess you can say. And then there is vikarma, which means activities against the Vedic injunctions or Vedic principles, which only, binds one further and further in material existence. So I think that's my understanding.
Okay. So let me repeat the question again. So my question is, what is the proper action in this world based on understanding of what we have had so far?
The proper understanding is that all activity should be aimed towards what is favorable for one's Krishna consciousness. Something like that. That's what is said in the Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I want to hear more reaction on this. Please, everybody speak. What is the proper action according to your knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? How to one act in this world? I want to hear from you. Please speak out on your mic. If we don't speak out quickly, we are going to leave here by 9 o'clock today. So please, on your mic. I'm not going to stop by 8 o'clock if we waste time. I'm going to gain it from other timing. So there's no cheating. Let's have classroom discussion.
I want to try, Prabhu.
Please go ahead, Prabhu.
Based on what we have just discussed, Srila Prabhupada is trying to let us know that our real position should be the eternal servitor of Krishna. That should be our how we can act accordingly. Should be a servant, but some of us, like myself, it's really hard because sometimes I am attached to the results of my work, and I want to sometimes become lord of something. So like this.
We are
So yes.
we are all like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but yes, according to my a little understanding, this is what Srila Prabhupada and Shri Krishna wants us to become eternal servant of the servant. That's what Prabhupada always tells us, to become das anadas, servant of the servants. And then from there, we can somehow get the mercy of Krishna and act accordingly. We need to be, Srila Prabhupada always tells us, or always mentions in some of his lectures, that we need to be conscious first of who we are as the eternal servant or as a spirit soul. And then from there, we can become Krishna conscious. So we need to become conscious first, and then we can become Krishna conscious. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much. Somebody else want to say something?
Yeah, Prabhu, in my
Yeah,
understanding,
what is the proper action based on Bhagavad Gita? How should we perform our action based on Bhagavad Gita? Yes, let me put it like that. Okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
so our action should be the first thing that we need to know, our constitutional position. We should know that Krishna is the supreme and we are parts and parcel of Krishna. We are the soul and we are an eternal servitor of Krishna. So in order to do this proper action, we need to follow all the instructions of the previous acharyas from the disciplic succession of the spiritual master, and this is what we are doing in Krishna consciousness. So what else
Let me ask you personally, Ryan Prabhu.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you personally, so it become personal application. It's
Okay.
like it's being too general, so we are going too general. As a shipman, somebody working on ship or captain or whatever in the ship, what should be your mood in acting on that platform? How should you perform your duty in that platform?
Okay. I have a captain. So aside from captain, there is a chief officer. The captain is overall in charge in command of the ship. Next to the captain is the chief officer, which is in charge of the cargo, loading and discharging operation. So I am the next one, the second officer. I am the navigating officer, and some are designated for me, the voyage planning, the safety overall of the ships. I am in charge of the communication, the GMD's communication from outside parties. But my main role is the safety of navigation. I am doing the voyage plan. Then during the cargo operation,
how do you engage in this your duty in connection with Bhagavad Gita?
Okay, I am following. We have the so-called company regulations. This is the internal instructions. Then you need to how do you call it? You need to consider the factors which are outside the third parties. In every counter there is a rule we need to abide. Then the instruction is coming from the company, because it will give all the instruction unto the master, that the master will give the instruction to the next ranking officer and to the next, and to my subordinates, in order to, how do you say this, in order that all this work should be done properly. That is also part of my job.
How will you do this for Krishna?
Now for Krishna, my duty, like now I am a Gyastra. First, I need to perform this duty and offer the result to Krishna. So I must do my best. Should work very hard.
Now you are answering my question. Now you're answering my question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I need to work very hard, and whatever the result is, I should not worry about, because Krishna can see my sentiments. So whatever, if there is some not some good result, I should not lament, because I did my best. That is my duty. I need, as a Gyastra, I need to take care of my family, my wife. Then after this, my worldly responsibilities, I need to engage myself into sadhana, or on board ship I cannot do some seva, but chanting, it's
very good. Now you're answering my question. Thank you very much. So
you can always do seva. You can always do seva. You can even preach to the four walls. You can preach to your shipmen,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's telling you can
Always
listen everywhere. Yes.
anywhere.
Very good. Okay, good. So Nyarika Mataji, please go ahead. Tell us your own. We want to hear from you. How do you do your work for Krishna? How do you perform your action? Karma for Krishna.
Yeah,
We call it Nishkama Karma Yoga.
Yeah, actually, basically, for my personal experience, in my work. So basically, I'm working in night shift. So from time to time, during my break time, I do preaching to my coworkers. So I don't do like what do you call this one? Like very deep detail with regards to the philosophy. However, I try to get them familiarized with what the philosophy is slowly, because eventually they might realize or might get a grasp of like what it is about. And so far right now they are trying to like get curious about it, and they're trying to ask me a lot of stuff too, like during our time when there's like no people around or there's no like some work during the like what I call it, available time that we have. They do ask me like what is it about, like, and then they sometimes ask like why do you love animals so much, or why are you vegetarian, and why are you like believing in karma and all. And I try to explain these type of things to them, and then they do understand, and they were like you know what, maybe one day I'll come to you and like ask you some more of these, like whenever we have time, because it's like really good when people are getting curious with what you're trying to what you're believing in. And so this is how I do my seva for Krishna most of the time, because apart from coming to the temple, of course. And I love preaching a lot. It's something that I really um is very close to my heart, because my Shiksha Guru always encouraged me to preach to other people. And also my aspiring guru, he's always into telling like you should find different ways how to preach to people, and just don't stick to what you are accustomed of. Try to find different ways, preach the name of the Lord in every town and villages. So basically, that is how I do it. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So even when you're walking, you're always thinking of how to give God as Krishna. That is very wonderful. That is very wonderful. Okay. Someone else want to share? Asha Mataji, your hands was you were raising your hand before. Every time you're always dropping it. Are you not sure of what you want to tell us?
Instead about that, it's just like they shared very nice as well. So for me, I'm going to enter Grihasha Ashram. I
Okay.
am engaging in the service of Krishna by supporting my fiancé.
Yes.
So he loves to do kirtan. He's a kirtaneer. And I'm very shy to say that I really don't know how to sing. But somehow I have different, how do you call it? I have different enthusiasm. So I support him by trying to do a little things like trying to worship our deity properly. I try to make a personalized clothes and jewelries for our deity, and he's very pleased with that service. And I was also able to, how do you call it, used that service when I came here for Radhashtami and Jadmashtami, because I was able to engage making jewelry for Radha Madhava and for the Panchatattva as well. And then I try also to engage by supporting my fiance through book distribution. Though I remember I asked my Guru Maharaj, I told him, Guru Dev, I really like to do book distribution. But then he told me, Ashraya, that was not your main service. Your main service is to really like take care of your family and your kids. In the future, I mean, if you will have a children, you have to make sure they are very Krishna conscious. So in Grihasha Ashram, we can engage our like service to Krishna by making sure that our family is Krishna conscious. We are cooking a nice prasadam for our husband, and we are feeding them
Haribol.
well. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Any other person want to contribute? Okay.
I have something to
Oh,
contribute.
yeah, please go ahead. Please
I
contribute
was
so that then I will round
anyway,
off.
I was reading from 12th chapter of devotional service. It's in the middle, and
Okay.
it's talking about these different standards that Krishna is giving us for how we can surrender to him.
Yeah.
And then it says in verse 11 that if one cannot do any of these things, cannot completely surrender, cannot follow the regulative principles, so that your mind will be fixed on me, you cannot practice renunciation, you cannot practice meditation, you cannot even do gyan, you can't even learn about me because you're too stubborn and dull-headed. Krishna's giving all these things. So then he's saying, like, just how to say, give up the fruits of your results, and by doing so, then you'll develop some desire, some desire to understand me. Anyway, in the purport to that verse, Prabhupada is saying that if one gives up the results of their activities and they perform some charity, they give some of the fruits of their work for some charity like social welfare or community welfare or national welfare, then gradually by doing this, they'll get purified, and then they'll be able to understand this science of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada is saying that. So I thought it was amazing because just the other day, we were doing Harinam in town, and then these Seventh-day Adventists, they came to us after, and then they gave us these flyers, these little, poster flyers, and they're saying, we're between age of 18 and 25. We're happy to do some service for you, to weed your garden or mow your lawns or do some laundry for you, like some community service. I was thinking, wow, that's amazing, because if we engage them to do that service for the temple, then
they become purified. Yeah,
they become really purified. I thought it's such amazing that Krishna is giving that opportunity for everyone.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah,
okay,
I was just quickly, just one thing. Yeah,
okay,
just one thing.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking about, like, in the past, how devotees are going Sankirtan, and sometimes they would just like sell incense or they just ask for donations, and sometimes they don't take a book, but like just by doing that, they become so purified that they get the opportunity, the adhikar, to come to Krishna consciousness.
Thank you very much for sharing your realization.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Now, Tripura Mataji, you drop your hand. Are you not sure of what you want to tell us?
I am about to speak, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, like from Bhagavad Gita, I just got to know, like, whatever action, the action means like we need to center Krishna for every activity we perform. So right now, like, and the activity should be out of the modes, like 3 modes of nature, which I learned just 3 days back. So my present dharma is as a student, like I need to study well and engage in the spiritual activities. So I try to follow, like I study and I manage time for the spiritual activities. So my friends, some of my friends, they even wonder like how I was able to manage even during the exams and all. So even now they are like willing to chant and they want to get indulged into the spiritual activities and they want to follow that. So I'm very like feeling happy that because if we perform our dharma out of the 3 modes of natures, and if we dedicate everything to Krishna and making him as a center of everything, so automatically we won't be feeling like we won't be desiring for any fruitive actions, but he will be showering with all those things and he will be guiding us to be the guide of some others, like he will make us guru of some others. So even I'm able to, like, because of Krishna's grace, I'm able to have the wonderful devotees association here. So all I learned is we should act like the activity should be out of 3 modes of nature, and everything should be centering Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Right. Are you there? Thank you. You're done. Okay. Raj, want to tell us something? Want to share something? Go ahead.
I just want to tell my personal opinion. For me, proper action is about not taking everything in your hands. Proper action is about not accepting everything as
your voice is not clear. Maybe you should bring your mic close to your mouth.
Is it audible now, Prabhu?
Yeah, now it's a little bit clear. Yeah.
For me, Prabhu, proper action is about not taking everything in your hands. Proper action is about not accepting everything as your property because everything is Krishna's. Proper action is about doing things that is offerable to the Lord without doing harm to others and to oneself. And to know the proper action, we need to take the aid of gurus or the authorities in Krishna consciousness to understand the words of the Lord better.
Thank you very much for the contribution. Nikki, want to say something?
Prabhu, you asked for my name?
Yeah.
Okay, so personally, so before we went to the temple, like recently or even like subsequently, before I visited the temple, I used to attend a very Christian university before I graduated. And so advocating or preaching anything about my religion would get me kicked out. So, yeah, I didn't do much of that. But what I did is in my university, there was this compulsory indoctrination that they do for us, students that are non Christian. And then I had to go attend those classes. And then I would ask them really odd questions about the religion. Like, for example, this specific religion that they practice prohibits eating blood, but these people they eat meat. So I asked the priest, like, why are you eating meat if in your religion it's not allowed? Blood is not allowed. And then they would tell me certain excuses, certain yada yada. And then, of course, in that way, I can preach towards those pastors or students. And that occurred quite frequently back in my first freshman year. And after that, I've never got invited in indoctrination classes.
Very good. Because they know that you're going to challenge them.
Yeah, I've never been invited again after my whole first year. And then, like my whole life, I've been practicing the four regulative principles. And for example, in this house, we're very strict when it comes to even like food from outside. So even if it's cheese, we can't really have them. So we make everything here homemade. And basically, I grew up in that kind of like environment, so it's not hard for me to follow the regulative principles. However, when it comes moreover, when it comes to like distributing books here in this house, we do it like in what way? So Prabhu Mahendra, he brings me with him whenever he goes to the mall to assist, and then he lets me carry so many books with him, and then we would go to the groceries and give everyone books, like to the security guards, to the cashiers, to the staffs. And it's such a weird thing because everybody's just doing their thing, and we would be distributing books out of nowhere, and sometimes people would look at us weirdly. And even on the street, when you're driving, and there's like a stoplight, and there are kids that are going to knock into your window, asking for alms, asking for pennies. What Prabhu Mahendra would do is he would open the window and then would give booklets instead of money. And so when the child sees the booklet, they would just run away. They don't want to get them. They don't want to accept it. It's such a funny thing. And so I grew up in that kind of environment. So I'm kind of used to preaching, but not in a way where it's direct. Do you get it? Do you get it, Prabhu? So that's basically how I've been living.
Thank you. It's okay, very nice. Thank you very much. So in this way, I'm able to hear your experience about how you engage in your various activities, how you engage in Krishna consciousness individually, which is very nice experience. Really enjoy hearing them. And one thing that is here is that like we are talking about this action and inaction that Krishna is talking about and the karma, horrible work. Until we understand what is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, like Krishna mentioned in the purport, then we will not be able to apply it into our life. This Bhagavad Gita is meant for our practical day-to-day application into our life. Because Arjuna is a clear, good example of one who is doing his duty, who has to do his duty, but now is refusing to do due to some situation around him. So Bhagavad Gita is meant for us who are going to carry out our worldly duties. But how we should do that, that is what Bhagavad Gita is all about. So unless we understand this, we cannot understand what Bhagavad Gita is telling us. Okay? So Bhagavad Gita is telling us that whatever you are doing, wherever you are going, whatever you are doing, the result should be given to Krishna. We should not be attached to the result to enjoy the result. And Bhakti Thakur make it very clear to us. It says, Krishna, my house, my wife, my children, my property, everything belongs to you. I will work very hard to take care of your property. This should be the consciousness of a devotee. This should be our duty, our consciousness, that we are working very hard only for the pleasure of Krishna. We are working hard only to serve Krishna. Okay? So if somehow or the other there's no way we can directly to serve Krishna, only then the result of our activity should be given to Krishna. Very, very important. The result of our activity should be given to Krishna. Even though if there's somehow or the other we are engaged in the activity in Krishna consciousness, still we should always, when we get the result of our activity, we should always give some part of it to Krishna. We should practice this. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Let's say, for example, now, you are getting, at the end of the month, you are getting 40,000 pesos, 40,000. So when you divide 40,000, if you remove 10% of 40,000, what would that be? That would be 4,000. Yeah, 4,000. Yeah, at least, proper say 50%. I know this is not practical for us because we are not on that level yet. Okay, because we have so many responsibility, family responsibilities. And I know what it means to take care of family, okay? If you are having family. Okay, I know we are not on that level yet. But at least minimum, if you are getting 40,000 pesos, 4,000 should be removed first. As you are getting your money, you remove 4,000 first. Not that after spending whatever you want to buy, you buy food, you buy them, whatever is remaining, okay, Krishna, this is for you. No, it's not like that. As you are getting your money, 4,000 should be removed first and given to Krishna. Either you use it to buying fruits, you use it to buying foodstuffs, you use it to something. If you try this, you will see that your money will never run out. You always have enough. But if you spend before remembering Krishna, you will see you will be collecting loan before the end of the month. Your money will never be enough. You try it, it's a secret. Okay, it's a secret. So if you always remember Krishna first, means that you are always thinking of Krishna while you are performing your action. That kind of action will not bound, when there will not be reaction that will bound in you. Because why? You are always thinking of Krishna. It's very, very important. Just like King Janak. Okay? So, for example, we have students here on our platform. Okay? Students, their duty is to study. When you become, sometimes I always appreciate and I'm very inspired, I feel inspired when I see students taking to Krishna consciousness very seriously, you know. But there's only one challenge when you become too spiritual. The only challenge when you become too spiritual is that you become materially lazy. The tendency to become materially lazy is always there when you become too spiritual. The tendency the tendency to become materially lazy is always there. You take notes. Very, very important. But our duty is we should always find balance. We should not be lazy because we have to set example for others. If we become materially lazy, what example are we setting for others? Okay, so you are telling me now because you are serving God, you should not take care of your family. You should not take care of your wife. You should not take care of children. No, I just want to serve God. And even serving the God, you are not doing it properly. Then how are you going to take care of your family? So in the name of serving God, we should not become materially lazy because Krishna never encourages that. Krishna told Arjuna, he says, Arjuna, carry out your prescribed duty and at the same time thinking of me. Somebody want to check Bhagavad Gita 8:7 for me? Be fast and read it. The fastest to see it, you read it. If you see it fastest, you read. And read it very loudly for others to hear. And read the purport. The purport also is very short. The fastest to see it, get some gift.
Prabhu, is it 8:7?
8:7, yeah.
8:7. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Should I read the purport, Prabhu?
It's very short. Please read it fast, Prabhu.
Okay. This instruction to Arjuna is very important for all men engaged in material activities. The Lord does not say that one should give up his prescribed duties or engagements. One can continue them and at the same time think of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. This will free one from material contamination and engage the mind and intelligence in Krishna. By chanting Krishna's names, one will be transferred to the supreme planet, Krishna Loka, without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
Okay. This is always sticking in my head whenever I'm thinking about work. This is how devotees should mold their life. This is how devotees should think when they are doing their work. This is how devotees should guide themselves when they are working. You should wake up in the morning, if you're a student, you are working, try to chant in the morning. Think of Krishna. Even when you are working, when you do whatever you are doing, always remember Krishna. Okay? In that way, Prabhupada said, Krishna did not say we should stop our prescribed duty. Krishna said we should not stop our engagement. We have to do them. It's very, very important. When we engage in our duty in Krishna consciousness, that becomes inaction. That is action in inaction. Action in inaction means you are performing activities, but there is no karmic reaction. You are performing activities, but there is no karmic reaction. Very, very important. Okay, any question, then we will stop. Or comments or contribution.
Prabhu, can I add something? But I think it's too late. It's 8:10.
No, it's not too late. You people, we said we started our class by 7:18, so it's not too late.
Okay, hopefully you can't hear the raffle happening outside. So we were talking about the karma, right? Like actions or activities that are against the Vedic scriptures or injunctions, right? So if I'm just going to relate this to law, because in the law, in the practice of law, we have this term called ultra vires, meaning for the acts that are outside of law or outside of any like articles of incorporation or anything that is like your internal rules. So these are acts that are outside of your authority, ultra vires. So the very nature of this ultra vires act is that the spring cannot rise beyond the source. So it's like us too. We can apply this to us devotees that we cannot go beyond Krishna. We cannot feel like we are more authoritative or we are more powerful or superior. At the end of the day, we're all just spirit souls who are just agents of Krishna in some way. So we do every activities in our life that is going to implement or enforce whatever we learn in order to spread more like the Krishna consciousness or even do our seva through Krishna consciousness. So that's what I think is important about the lesson tonight. When it comes to action and inaction, and so yeah, that's it.
Thank
That we
you.
have to not rise beyond the source.
Very good. So thank you very much. So that is text 17. Let's quickly read from Surrender to Me. Then we will stop it there. Okay. Let me share. We read. Then after reading Surrender to Me, we will stop. So tomorrow we should come early so that we will start early, please. Every time if we come late, I will always extend our time. So because we cannot be cheating ourselves, okay? Although I know you don't want to go beyond it. Somebody want to read? Can you see my screen now?
Karma refers to activities done according to Vedic injunction. Such activities are generally referred to as karma kanda actions. Make all references to karma kanda, karma kandik, and karma kandiya consistent. I don't know what is most correct, so I leave it to Braji Bihari Prabhu. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Karamba, I don't know. Anyway, KDD. Due to the performer's material desires, karma kandiya activities yield reactions, albeit good ones. Vikarma means activities prohibited in the Vedas. Such prohibitive activities produce bad reactions. Akarma refers to work performed for Krishna's pleasure. Such work brings no material reaction, good or bad. In his purport, Srila Prabhupada classifies vikarma and karma together under the category of vikarma. To understand Krishna consciousness and action according to its modes, one has to learn one's relationship with the Supreme. I.e., one who has learned perfectly knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord, and that consequently one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directed towards this conclusion. Any other conclusions against this consciousness and its attendant actions are vikarmas or prohibited actions. To understand all this, one has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness to learn the secret from them. This is as good as learning from the Lord directly. Otherwise, even the most intelligent persons will be bewildered. Having introduced the term vikarma, Krishna returns to the distinction between karma and akarma.
Hare Krishna. So in the coming verses now, Krishna will be talking about karma and akarma. It's going to be very interesting. So we should come early tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, so that we can go far. Thank you very much. If you don't come early tomorrow, then again, we have to go late. Please come early so that we recite all our verses before 8:10. Then we can, start from there. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Prabhu, before we leave, just quick picture with everyone.
I was thinking I make it in a way gallery so that you can be able to take the picture. Is it like that on your computer?
Prabhu, say that again.
Is it display? Is all this picture display on your computer? I made it like that on the device.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're on top and everyone is on below. So yes. First, everyone, look at your cameras. Smile.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Everyone tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.
Come early tomorrow. Please come early tomorrow. Hare Krishna.